So welcome. Find your seat on your blanket. Sit a little bit higher. Slide forward on your blanket so that your pelvis is tilting forward a little bit and helps you to get really tall. And then just rest your hands on your knees, in your lap, wherever you feel you're comfortable. And then close your eyes or lower your gaze towards the floor. And then just keep breathing through your nose. And yes, if through the nose is too difficult today, then through the mouth is fine too. So today, the only thing I want you to focus on for that pranayama is your stomach, your belly, your abdominals. And when you exhale, let those abdominals help you by contracting, squeezing in and up to push out more air. And when you inhale, try to relax your belly, which is sometimes very hard, especially for women, right? We are so used to scooping the abs in and up that it's actually very strange to let the belly relax. And I want you to do exactly that. Relax the belly when you inhale and scoop the abs in and up when you exhale. You can, if you like, add those pelvic floor muscles onto your exhale. So when you inhale, relax the belly, fill it with air. And when you exhale, scoop the abs in and up. And maybe also zip those pelvic floor muscles in and up. And then keep your eyes closed and we're moving our attention all the way up through the spine to the top of the head. Grow a little bit taller through the top of your head while you're breathing in and out. Full inhale, full exhale. And then bring your attention to your right shoulder. And without changing anything else in your body, you lift your right shoulder with your next inhale all the way up towards your ear. And it's always a little higher than you think. Don't move the ear towards the shoulder, just the shoulder to the ear. Keep it up here. Don't squeeze too crazy. Keep breathing. Feel the rest of the spine tall. And then with your next exhale, as long as your exhale is, you lower your shoulder down. You let the shoulder glide down. Same thing again. With your next inhale, as long as that inhale takes, you lift up your shoulders. So nice and slow. Leave the shoulder up there. Keep breathing. And then with your next exhale, let the shoulder glide down. You want to relax that trapezius, that big muscle in the shoulder. It holds a lot of tension from shoveling snow, sitting on the computer. And then just take another deep breath in and maybe feel the difference between the right and the left shoulder. Find that length in your spine again. And then bring your hands behind your body. Lean back. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Just switch your legs so that you sit in easy pose with the other leg in front. Now, same thing with the other side. With your next inhale, lift your shoulder and take your time as long as you inhale. Keep it up there. And then maybe you can feel that right shoulder letting go a little more while you are scooping up that left shoulder. And then with the next exhale, slowly let that left shoulder glide down. And the last time, squeeze or lift that left shoulder all the way up. Keep the neck straight. Breathe when you have the shoulder all the way up there. Feel how that right shoulder is relaxed. Maybe a little heavy. Maybe your right elbow is heavy. Your right hand is relaxed. The left shoulder is working. And then with your next exhale, slowly, as slow as you can, let that left shoulder blade glide down. Try to let that tension go. Perfect. Grow again through the top of the head. Slowly bring the chin towards the chest. Feel a stretch in the back of the neck. Slowly open your eyes. And then lift your head with your eyes open. Leave your hands on your knees and start circling. If you want to add the breath, inhale to the front, exhale to the back. Let the circles become a little bit bigger if you like. If you don't feel like bigger circles, if you like small circles, please stick with the small circles. Take your time. If I'm a little too fast and you prefer to go slower, please take your time. I'm just guiding you with your body. And if you feel your eyes are closing right now, that's fine too. And then we change the direction. So just stop when you come to the middle. And then we change the direction. Deep inhale through the nose. Deep, long exhale through the nose or through your mouth if your nose is not doing what it's supposed to do right now. Big or small, maybe 2 more, and then come to a slow stop. Perfect. Keep your hands on your knees, or you know what, let's change the legs again. So lean back and just switch those legs. Back. Bring the hands back onto the knees. Take a deep breath, open up the chest. Cat cow flow. Lift your gaze towards the sky. And as you exhale, scoop those abs in and up, round your body. Inhale, you open up the chest. Exhale, round your body. Again, that can be as big or small a movement as you feel comfortable with. That was my anchor, waking up. And one more round, open up the chest, lift the gaze, round back, scoop the abs in and up, shoulder blades move away, and then find that middle. Now we come to the twist. So we're going to do 2 different twists. So first, the usual twist, very gentle, so just a little warm up, and then you move a little faster, or you stick with this one and just repeat each side. All right, right hand goes to the left knee. You grow tall again, and then bring the left hand behind you. So find that length in the spine. Use that left knee as an anchor, and then with your exhale, you're going to come into a very gentle twist. Maybe don't look over that left shoulder yet. We're going to do a twist at the end again, and then maybe that's a little bit easier to do. Breathe. And then slowly come back to the middle. Switch left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. And take a deep breath in, find the length in your spine. And then with your exhale, come into that twist a little more. Breathe. Bring lots of oxygen into the body, into the muscles, organs, your spine. And then slowly untwist. Come back to the middle. And then we bring the hands onto our shoulders. And we just roll the shoulders back for a moment, big movement, and then we come to the twist. And if you feel like that twist is a little too much, then come back to the twist we just did. So lift the elbows all the way up, all the way back and down, and let's do 2 more. And then lift your elbows to the side, and then maybe the hands on the back of your head, and then take a deep breath in, twist to one side, exhale to the other. Inhale one side, exhale to the other. Find that length as you twist to the left and the right. And if you feel your spine does not like that very much, maybe you have scoliosis, maybe there's some other issues going on and you don't really like this one, bring your hands back onto your knees, use them as an anchor, and just stay in your twist and breathe there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you can Go a little faster if you like. I'm not going faster because my spine definitely doesn't like that. But if you feel like you want to go faster, go ahead. And then slowly come back to the middle and lift your arms all the way up. Make a fist, but keep the thumbs out. And then exhale your arms halfway down. Inhale back up. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back down halfway. Now cross your right arm over your left. Bend your elbows. Press the back of your hands together or hook your hands together for eagle arms. Drop your shoulders down, lift your elbows up. Breathe. Then eagle your arms, bring the hands to sides, and then switch the legs again last time. And then we lift the arms up, and now the left goes over the right. Bend the elbows, hook your hands, or press the back of your hands together. And then drop the shoulders down, lengthen the back of the neck, lift your elbows. And then slowly let the arms go back down. Now take the mat or take your blanket off and come on to the back. So we said shoveling snow, right? So we twisted and moved the spine into every direction. We try to relax the shoulders, right? And now something that you could do right after the snow shoveling would be bringing the knees into your chest. We always do that. This is a beautiful way to stretch out the lower back. As soon as you bring the knees in, you feel you create space in your lower back. Rock from side to side. And then maybe circle the knees one way. And then the other way. And then separate the knees. Circle the knees. And then the other way. And then bring both feet onto the floor and stretch your legs out long. And then walk your feet a little bit over towards the right side. And then lift your arms overhead and bring the upper body over to the right side. Breathe into the belly, into the ribs, or into the space in between the ribs. And then slowly bring your feet back to the middle. Bring the upper body back to the middle. And then same thing on the other side. And bring the feet over to the left and the upper body over to the left. Breathe into the belly, into the side body. And then slowly bring your body back to the midline, bend your knees. And again, one more time, bring those knees into the chest. And then we're going to happy baby pose. Bring the arms in between the knees. Hook your fingers into your feet. Lift your feet as if you want to step onto the ceiling with your feet. You can press your elbows into the shin bones. See how Maybe that helps a little bit. Breathe into the belly, feel that lower back stretching out. You can also rock from side to side, very gently if you feel like it. And then slowly relax your feet back down. Shake the legs out. And then we come to the core pose, just two of them. So long neck, bring your legs up, your knees up into tabletop position. And if you are feeling your lower back is maybe a little, you want to be careful with it, then bring the knees a little closer in, okay? And then bring both hands onto your knees, lift your head, chin towards the chest, and then just press the hands into the knees and feel how your abdominals are firing up. Knees press into the hands, hands pressed into the knees. Breathe here. And slowly bring the knees into the chest. And again, rock gently from side to side. We do this one more time. Lift your feet. Again, if the lower back is a little, if you want to be careful with that, bring the knees a little closer in. Lift your head. Press the hands against the knees and the knees against the hands. Breathe. Maybe some ujjayi breath. And slowly lower back down. The next one is that, dead bug is now, there's a much better name for that, but now that I have that name, I forgot the proper name for it. So lift your knees, lift your arms, and then lift your head. Now already we feel our abs connecting, our abs firing up, right? If you feel like, this is enough, Mandy, stay here, breathe. Just make that nice and symmetric hold. You can also stretch out your left leg and your right arm. And it doesn't have to be low. And then just bring it back. And we work with the breath. You inhale, stretch the arm and the leg away. And then as you exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back in. Inhale, you can go a little lower if you feel like it, and then just exhale, scoop back up. Last one, and scoop back up. Exhale, and bring the knees into your chest. Rest your head. Bring your feet down, and then just gently rock your head from side to side. And then roll onto your side and come into table. Again, if you feel like your knees want a little bit padding, grab your blanket and put it underneath the knees. So hands right underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide. Scoop your abs in and up. And then bring your left hand, actually your right hand, a little bit towards the midline. Open up your knees nice and wide. And then lift your left arm to the side. And it doesn't have to be very high, just to the side. Feel it and twist in your spine. And then as we thread the needle, we just moved it on the other way, but we're not lying down yet. So lift the left arm to the other side, to the right side, and then we lift all the way back up and lower back down. We lift all the way up. Maybe we can get a little bit higher, maybe not. Feel that twist, feel your abs, your core protecting you. keeping your pose, keeping the hips stable. And then we're gonna slide the arm down and we come into that threading the needle pose and let the head rest on the floor and turn the head towards the right. Feel we're creating space between the shoulder blades. Breathe. And then slowly slide your arm back and come back into table. See how you feel here. And then you bring your left hand a little bit towards the midline, not much. And then the right arm lifts to the side and then slides to your left side. Lift the arm up and then threading the needle without lowering down yet. Lift up, open up that chest, round and perfect. One more time, lift all the way up, round, and then the next time we're gonna slide down and lie down. So lift up, and then we slide the arm to the outside and rest. Create that space also between shoulders and ears, right? And create a space between the shoulder blades. Breathe. And then slowly, whenever you feel like this is the same amount of time I've spent on this side and on the other side, you come back into table. And then from table, we lower down onto the belly. So scoop the abs in and up, bend your elbows back towards the body. Maybe you come into knees, chest, chin first, and then you slide onto your belly first. Rest your head on one side, wiggle those hips. And then lift your right leg, push it out, make it longer. Lift your left leg, push it out, make it longer. Scoop your abs in and up. Feel how your lower back is lengthening then from here. Hands are underneath your shoulders. With your next inhale, lift into your cobra. Feel your back muscles, shoulders away from the ears. With your next exhale, lower down, rest your head on the other side. Wiggle those hips again. And again, lift the head as soon as your next inhale is coming. Maybe you can come a little bit higher, maybe not. Shoulders away from the ears. And then in this cobra, we turn the head to one side and then slowly over to the other side. And then we lower the head back down on one side. Tuck your toes under, hands underneath your shoulders. Push back into child pose, open up your knees, stretch back. Relax the elbows, one full inhale and one full exhale. And then come onto the hands and the knees for table, and from table into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. And then scoop those abs in. Try to move your hands towards your knees and your knees towards your hands and see how your abs are firing up. Keep that a little bit just in your abs and then lift your knees off the floor and then lift your hips up high. First downward dog, so keep the knees bent, keep your heels off the floor, maybe stop pedaling. If your heels reach the floor with no problems, of course, you can push the heels down. If your knees are straight, without any issue, of course, you can keep them straight. If you are tending to overstretch or to, with your elbows, then relax those elbows a little. Breathe. Lift those sit bones up high And then slowly walk your feet towards, your feet towards the hands. All right, and you come into that nice forward fold, bend your knees. Now see if you can find your blocks. I should have said that before. So you are in a forward fold. If you had to come out of it, come back into the forward fold and put your hands onto the blocks right in front. Bend your knees as much as you feel like it, so you can relax. Bend the elbows, you can relax the head down. And then with your next inhale, lift into a straight spine. Breathe, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Keep those knees bent if you feel like it. You inhale and lift shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. And now we come all the way up. So bring the hands to the side and then roll the spine up, bone by bone by bone. Take your time. Pull your shoulders back. And then inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down in front of you. Take your time. Actually, just wait a second. Come into mountain pose and then maybe open up your feet just a little more. Bend your knees just a little. Scoop the abs up just a little. Drop your shoulder blades. Inhale, maybe look up. Exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And stand again in front of your mat or in front of your mat with your blocks right in front of you, and we are folding forward. Hands onto your blocks. Come into maybe a straight back. Bend your knees, and then from here step your right knee back, your right foot back, and come into a low lunge. So you slowly lower your knee back down. You press into the blocks, open up the chest. And then let the hips lower down towards the ground. Walk the foot forward if you feel like your knee is going over your ankle. And then round or remove the hips back. Take your time. Flex that foot. You can move your blocks right here and you can stay here. You don't have to fold forward. Find a long spine. Squeeze the shoulder blades gently together to open up the chest. Feel it back working. If you feel like it, you can definitely forward. Keep that left foot flex. Forward, relax the head. Breathe here. One more breath. Slowly lift back up if you fold forward. And then bring the blocks back forward. Bring your left foot back onto the floor. And then press your right hand into the block and lift your left arm into a twist. If this is too much, bring your hand onto that left hip and just open up the chest. It's a beautiful twist in your spine. Lift the arm up or down. You can look over towards that left shoulder. And if you feel like you're sinking in, lift back up out of it. And then slowly untwist. Hands back onto the blocks. Put the blocks a little bit forward. And then bring your left knee back. Tuck the toes under. Come back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. You can pedal those knees a little. Watch those elbows. You unlock the elbows. And then you walk the feet forward again. Take your time. Hands onto the blocks. And then we just do the same thing. We take a deep breath in and lift all the way up. We exhale and forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. You can bend those knees. Exhale, forward. And then inhale, stay here, breathe. And then we step the other foot back into a low lunge. So maybe you want to come first into that runner's lunge to feel that hip opening. Maybe that's a little too intense. Lower the knee down. We all lower the knee down and then lower the hips towards the floor. Open up the chest. Breathe. And then we move back. So as I said, you can move your blocks with you. Lift that foot. Maybe scoot it a little forward. Scoot it a little forward. And you can stay here. Feel the opening of the back of the right leg. And you can also fold forward. If you fold forward, you breath in. And as you exhale out, fold forward. Take your time. And again, you don't have to fold forward. You can just stay here and breathe. Slowly, slowly lift. Take your time. Walk your blocks forward again. Bring your feet back down onto the floor. Lower the hips. But you don't lower the hips all the way down like we did at the beginning. We are right in between the two of them. And then press your left hand down into the block and lift your right arm up into the twist, or bring that hand onto your hip and open up in your twist. And then slowly come back out of that twist. And we come back into downward facing dog. First table, then slowly tuck your toes under and come. Bend the knees, and then we lift the arms and come into chair pose. Make sure again your knees are not over your toes, and then see if you can, if you feel like you're sticking out that butt, maybe you can scoop the abs and lengthen the tailbone, lengthen back, lower back. Reach up high. Breathe. And then bring your hands in front of your chest. Breathe. And then we bring the right elbow towards the left knee. Come into chair pose with a twist. Breathe here. And then we untwist. And we find a long, long body. And then mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back. Pull up the band. And find mountain pose, no, chair pose again. Now we twist to the other side. Lift your arms up high. Lower down into your chair pose. Maybe see if you maybe have to Open the feet a little bit more. Sometimes that's much easier, not sometimes. That's always easier for balance. And then bring your hands in front of the chest. Breathe. And then the left elbow presses into your right knee. Press it in and open up to the side. Breathe. Untwist. Take your time. And lift, 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 lift all the way up. And exhale the arms back down. Roll your shoulders back. Come to the front of the mat again. Bring the hands onto your hips. Step your right foot back and come into a high lunge. Try to keep that and then straighten that right knee again. Breathe here. Lift your arms all the way up. Drop the shoulders down, spread the fingers wide. We come into a twist. So the right arm goes into the front, left arm goes to the back. If the back arm is a little too much, bring that back hand onto the hip. Open up, reach, breathe. Awesome, right? Lift your arms all the way up. Bring your hands onto your hips. From here, we come into warrior two. So bring that back here down onto the floor. Maybe you have to wiggle your foot a little bit over towards the right. And then again, come into that bend knee. Lift your arms, reach. And then straighten your front knee, lift your arms. And then again, open up the chest, bend the front knee, back foot is turned in a little bit. And then if you like, bend your left elbow, come into extended side angle. Breathe, create length in that side body. Come back into warrior two. And the last one for the side, we straighten the left knee, a triangle. So reach forward with that left arm. Keep both sides of your upper body the same length as you lower your arm down. Maybe onto your block, maybe onto the floor, maybe onto the shin. Don't push into the shin bone. Reach up high. If the upper arm is a little too much, put the hand onto the hip. Breathe. And then lift the abs, lengthen the tailbone, push into your feet, lift back up. And then parallel your feet and heel toe your way back together and come to the front of the mat again. Lift your arms, reach up high. And lower the arms with your exhale. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back down. Bring your hands onto your hips and step your left foot back into that high lunge. Again, the left heel is not touching the floor. Lift it up. Bend that left knee, lengthen that tailbone. Feel how that opens up. And then keep that long upper body, and then straighten that knee. Hips also forward. Breathe here. And when you're ready, lift up your arms. And if you feel like that twist is too much, just stay here. Breathe. Feel the legs scissoring up. And then whenever you're ready, your left arm goes to the front, the right arm goes to the back. Your head looks right, straight ahead. And if the back hand is too much, put that hand onto the hip. Reach away from your chest. Lift your arms. Find that length. Bring your hands onto your hips. The back heel is turning down. You come into that warrior two. Maybe your foot has to move a little bit in. See how it feels. Sometimes the hip feels nicer if your leg is a little bit more to the side. Figure it out, right? Move it around and see what feels good to you. Breathe, lift your arms. Reach to the back, to the front, to the top, to the sky with the top of your head, and down into the ground with your feet. Lift your arms, reach up high. Breathe. Bend your knee, open up the chest. You can stay here, or you bend your elbow and lift the arm overhead. Find that long side body. Breathe in between, in that space in between your lips. I like that space. I think you can tell, right? All right, and then slowly we come back. We straighten the front knee. We come to that triangle. Reach, 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 reach forward. And then either onto the block. You can have the arm up towards the sky. You can have the hand onto your hip. Use the weight of your arm to let it drop back and open up the chest. And see if you can feel. So you probably feel that lengthening right now. See if you can feel it lengthening here as well between the hip and your armpit. All right, and then we bend that front knee. If your arms up here, maybe come back down. And then lift back up. And then heel to your way back together. Shake everything out. And then bring your right foot on top of your left. We come into tree pose. So your tree is your tree, right? So if yours looks like mine right now, perfect. If you want it a little bit higher, lift it up a little higher. If you feel like your tree is going to look like this, please go ahead. Mine is definitely not like that today. So mine is a very little tree. And then I bring my hands together in front of the chest. I look at something that is not moving. I breathe. And then if you like, you can lift your arms up into the sky. You can bring index finger and thumb together. You can lift the shoulders just for a moment and then drop them back down. Unlock the elbows, stretch those fingers away. Energize, feel the core. Maybe with your exhale. Feel your feet, all the little muscles in your foot activating right now to keep you balanced. And then bring your hands in front of the chest again. And then we switch to the other side, bring the weight in your other foot. Find your tree on the other side. Feel all the corners of the foot you're standing on. Maybe unlock that knee, the right knee. And then if you're ready, you can Stretch your arms up towards the sky. Again, lift the shoulders towards the ears and then just drop them down. Spread your fingers wide. If you want, you can turn your pinky fingers towards the midline. Unlock your elbows, but keep your arms energized. Breathe. Bring your hands back together in front of your chest. And then come back into mountain pose. Inhale your arms all the way up. And as you exhale, fold forward. Come into your downward dog. Walk your feet back. Last downward dog. Breathe here. Maybe lift your toes if you feel like it. Spread them out wide. Unlock those elbows. Lift the ears away from the shoulders, or the other way around. The shoulders away from the ears. Lift onto your toes, bend your knees, come back into table. And then swing your legs around, sit back. Yeah. Okay, so for the seated spinal twist, I definitely recommend coming back onto the blankets. So if you feel like you want to stay on the mat, go ahead, stay on the mat. Stretch your legs out right in front of you. Take the fleshy parts of those sit bones. You feel like you're sliding almost off the blanket. Make those little tens with your fingers. Find that long spine. So if you feel like maybe exaggerating that long spine and the chest, the ribs are popping out, bring that back a little bit. Try to relax the shoulders without rounding. And a long spine. Okay. Now bring the hands forward, bend the right knee. And then we wrap the left arm around. Bring your right hand behind. And now gently twist with your exhale. And if you remember last time when we bent that left knee and you like that, and you know exactly what I mean, go ahead and do that. If you do not know what I mean, skip that one. So you can look over your right shoulder towards over your right shoulder. And then slowly untwist again. Stretch your leg back out. And then again, find that long spine. Keep those fleshy parts of the sit bones. Find that tall spine. And then bring your left leg in. And over to the other side. Grab your arm around. And then bring your left hand behind. And find that length. And with your exhale, you twist over to the other side. Very gently listen to your body. Scan the spine all the way from the lower back to the neck, to the back of your head. Maybe close your eyes and see how your spine feels. How the rib cage feels. And your shoulders. Can I breathe, exhale, and inhale fully? And when you're ready, you slowly untwist. And then just for the last one, bring the soles of your feet together. Open up those hips. You can hold on to the feet. Slide forward, definitely head. And just breathe here. And then just for a moment, bring your left hand onto between the heart and the belly, right in between. So where the rib cage opens. And the right hand put on top of your hands. Close your eyes for a moment and see if you can move that right hand on your hands. And give yourself a little bit of a kind of a head massage. You're circling, moving the skin on the top of your head, on your head. And then change the direction. Keep pressing the top of your head in your hands. Breathe into your left hand. And see if those hips, those knees can relax a little. Maybe they can't. That's okay too. And then slowly bring the hands onto your ankles. You can keep your eyes closed. You might still feel that area of your head, and the sit bones down into your planky or into your hands. And then with your next exhale, as you start scooping up those abs, you round the body down. You can hold on to your feet, feel that head heavy, and rounding the spine, opening up those hip joints, relaxing the shoulders, the elbows, the neck. Breathe, full inhale, full exhale. And then slowly, with the next inhale, start lifting up. And then get ready for Shavasana. So put something underneath your legs, maybe the chair, maybe you're in the bedroom and you just scoot around and put your legs up on the bed. Depends how high it is, right? Get a blanket to cover yourself. If you feel like you are too warm, make sure you still have some socks on because you might get a little cold lying down now. And if you have a really hot room and you don't want to cover yourself with a blanket, use the blanket on your belly as a little bit of a weight. So then, if you are lying down with your legs straight out without anything underneath your knees, I would recommend rolling up a blanket, having pillows underneath your knees, maybe a bolster. So what that does, especially if you had a day of shoveling, snow shoveling, it takes the pressure out of that lower back. The vertebrae are not like angled together like that. They have a little bit more room. So that natural C curve relaxes a little bit. You can also keep your knees bent and your feet together, your knees together and your feet as wide as the mat. So make sure you do whatever you need to do to be extra comfy and have a really nice relaxed lower back, opening up the chest. So we do that by opening up the palms and have the arms right beside the body. You can also put your hands onto the belly and see how that feels. And anytime in between, you can change your position if you have to, if it hurts you. But the goal is to find right now a position you don't have to change. You can stay in for the time of Shavasana. If you have an eye pillow, that would be a bonus. All right. Just rock your head gently from side to side. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth with a sigh. And then right after that, deep inhale and exhaling out the mouth with a sigh. Feel how straight away your breathing is becoming a little more shallow, easier. And give in to that. Feel again all the places that your body is touching the floor. And let go into that. Trust the floor, that the floor, the mat will hold you. And then slowly bring your attention down towards the feet. And start to relax your toes. Your ankles. Calf muscles. The back of your knees. The top of your knees. Hamstrings. Inner thighs. Glutes. The top of your legs. Hips. And with your next exhale, allow your legs to become heavy. Soften your belly, your chest. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. Soften the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, all 10 fingers. And with your next exhale, allow your arms to become heavy. Relax the back of the head. The top of your head. Your forehead. Temples. Your ears. Unhinge the jaw. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Soften your lips, your eyes, and the space between your eyebrows. Now slowly, without changing anything, please start to deepen your breath. And then start slowly to wiggle your toes, your fingers, and then very gently and slow stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Take your time. And when you're ready, bend one knee and then the other. And slowly roll to your right side and just stay there for another moment. And whenever you are ready, slowly push yourself up into that seated position. And then bring your hands in front of your chest. And then slowly lower the chin towards your chest and thank yourself for coming here this morning. I thank you for coming. Namaste.